Hey, I want to tell you a little about New York City. New York City. New York City. I'm going to comb my hair. Let me comb my hair. Okay. Okay. Got my. Hold on. Let's get it. Okay. New York City. 20 million people. Here we go. Round numbers. And it's a lot of people to jam in a little place. Of course, they don't live there. They come in and out. They live in New Jersey, live on Long Island, up in Connecticut, up in Westchester, all the rich people, all the stockbrokers. Hey, let's get Bernie Sanders in here. Those damn stockbrokers. Okay, Bernie. Yeah, that's Wall Street. Wall Street guys. Yeah, okay. Well, most of them were down there working in the automat or something like that, or, like, what's his name? Austin Rogers. Yeah, Tendon Bar. I got a kick out of him. He was amazing in Jeopardy. Austin Rogers. But anyway, let's stay on. Let's stay on the subject. I was watching Andrew Cuomo. Cuomo. I love Andrew Cuomo and Mario Cuomo and Chris Cuomo and Chris of course is on CNN. You can't believe anything he says. They're all politicians. They grew up, I say they trained at the kitchen table. Mario taught Andrew and Chris, hey, you guys are going to run this place someday, so listen up. And so Andrew's talking about, first of all, I don't think anybody should be allowed on TV who hasn't slept in 103 hours. I think that's a bad thing, Andrew's talking, I just say Cuomo for short. Cuomo's talking about saving New York, and how New York is everything should. He doesn't want to play politics, but everything should be sent to New York because New York is wow. New York's it's just the greatest place in the world, and so many people. And without New York, everything would fall apart. And so that's what he thinks. But I'd rather be in Iowa myself, but New York. I'd like to be in the mountains of Montana, New York. What am I going to do in New York? What am I going to do in New York? I'm going to go down Broadway, see some show? Yeah, sure. Okay. But I like the open spaces. I don't like people right on top of me all the time. But I spend a fair amount of time in New York, so I know what it's like a little bit. Went to school in New York, Bronx, little school. And so I used to go down to New York all the time and party. And went down to the Taft Hotel one time for St. Patrick's Day. That was quite a deal. They were dropping TVs out down into the air shaft. People pulling the TVs out of the room and going, hey, these things are really cool when they hit the bottom. So they drop them from the 30th floor, and you push these little TVs they have in the hotel room. This is back in probably 1967. I'll throw that number out there. I don't know if it was 68 or 69, but yeah, the girls, destructive. I couldn't believe it. These girls would. I was watching 3 or 4 of them. They were ripping the wallpaper off the wall. They'd put their back up against the wall and they'd peel a little piece of the wallpaper off, just enough to get a hold of the wallpaper. I'm sure Taft Hotel back then was a pretty nice place. I don't know why the hell they let people in there like that. Maybe they were looking for insurance, I don't know, but these girls were holding on to the wallpaper and they'd walk away and the whole strip of wallpaper, 8 foot by 3 foot, they'd tear the whole thing right off. I don't know, maybe drop that down the air shaft too, I can't remember, but the place was a freaking mess. And parties all over the place, people, drunk, dropping TVs, but that's New York. Sure, it's a lot better now. But Cuomo, yeah, he wants, so Cuomo says, hey, Trump, where's my ventilators? What? Why is he calling Trump for his ventilators? Oh, he thinks Trump should be in charge of the ventilators. Okay, there's 200 countries in the world, and guess what everybody wants? Ventilators. Everybody wants ventilators. So, because of coronavirus, because it attacks your respiratory system, and of course, once you get that all jammed up, life isn't going to be too good for too long. So, Cuomo wants 30,000. Then he wants 150,000 beds. 150,000 beds. So, I'm sure he wants Trump to buy 150,000 beds too. Sure, Cuomo, why don't you buy the 150,000 beds? Or why don't, what I thought is people come into the hospital, why don't they bring their beds with them? It's like over in Japan, they sleep on, believe it or not, people don't need beds. Yeah, I know you think they do. But I was over in Japan and they sleep on the floor. They sleep on some Tommy Tari mat or something like that. They have an American room in their hotel, and then they have a Japanese room because Japanese sleep on the floor. Yeah, on a straw mat, something like that. So have them bring a mat or bring their yoga mat or something. I don't know. 150,000 mats, and then they're going to set up. I heard they're going to set up a hospital over in Central Park. They couldn't find a better place than Central Park to set up a hospital? I guess they don't have any land to set it up in the middle of the road because there's nobody driving. Shut down a couple of roads over there. Put the freaking hospital in the middle of the road. I don't know, I must be crazy. 150,000 beds, 30,000 ventilators. Where are they going to get people to operate those ventilators? That's my coronavirus. I have allergies, so you have to deal with me. Yep. But anyway, those are the good news for the day. The bad news is we have bad news is that we're running out of coffee. We're probably not going to have coffee in about 2 months. You know why? They don't have anybody to pick the coffee bean. So maybe we should hoard some coffee beans. Let's all hoard some coffee. I don't know. I made that up. So, yeah. Well, we've been looking around for a rice paddy ourselves. See if we can find a rice paddy somewhere. So, hope you guys are. I'm going to watch out. I got to rub my nose. Uh-oh. Look out. I didn't wash down the whole counter yet.